Hi, hello there, my friends. Welcome to the Glow Up Method. This is the place where we are reborn, we transform, we share our stories, we help grow, we personally glow, and all of the above. Hi there. My name is Natasha. I am so truly honored and blessed to be your host today. You may hear this beep beep because this is my makeshift bed, my office, my healing vibing zone. Yeah, today was so it's been a week and a day from my surgery, like days post op. I don't know, how do we count this? Like, is surgery day one? So we're gonna just go with day one is surgery. I don't know if that's right. So we're gonna go surgery day one. So this would be day 8, right? So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Day 8. So I'm day 8 into this. And as you can tell, I'm a little bit on the winded side. I'm definitely a little more pale than I was yesterday. Definitely feel a lot weaker than yesterday. Today was a huge day for me. First off, last night while I was sleeping, because the way the body heals and break down that internal bleeding, my kidneys are helping to process out things. So I was going potty like every hour to 2 hours. So I haven't really hit that REM sleep. The most I've slept in a week is 3 hours. And I know I need to hit that REM zone, but I just haven't been able to get to that like deep zone for that deep healing. But that's okay. I will get there. Just like, sitting up here, my heart rate's racing, getting too excited talking to you guys, but it's improving. So, establishing where I am today. Listen, yesterday I was able to do 2,800 steps somehow, like just moving around and doing things. And I felt good and I felt energized and I was excited to get things done. Today, I had like this, I know I have to go take a 40-minute drive out to my doctor's appointment. I have to sit at the doctor's appointment. At the doctor's appointment, they removed the vacuum. So bye to the vacuum. They removed a ton of this tape, which hurt but didn't hurt. But like my stomach is just, the exterior of it is burning and hurting, just achy and sore. I probably lost a level, a layer of skin. It wasn't an easy like tape removal process. I did get cleared to shower. Yay. I haven't done so yet, as you can tell by my hair. I'm not strong enough today right now to do it as much as I want to. Chris was so sweet though. He did give me a sponge bath. What a nurse. I think he enjoyed it more than I did, and I really enjoyed it. Just kidding around, but not kidding. But yeah, so it's been very eventful. My daughter's home, so I got to talk with her. And she was so generous and came with me to the doctor's, which, by the way, I don't know if I could have done it all because I never was at this office and I didn't know where to park. And we went into the wrong building with 2 people. Like, listen, she went ahead, like, scoped things out. Like, thank God for her. And then when we came home, she was so generous and cooked us, like, burrito bowls. So I have, like, healthy food in me, proteins, and, all those building blocks to continue on this healing journey here. I picked up my son from school. I sat in my wheelchair and went outside. I did it briefly today. It was like 15 minutes. It's all I had in the tank. Came in, ate some chocolate and milk, because, not chocolate milk, but just chocolate and milk. The milk was for the protein. I keep thinking I should be substituting my milk for like a protein shake or something. We'll get there. I put on this classic of, I asked Echo to play healing music. And as I put it on, I remembered it was the very music that I used to play for my Aunt Betty when she was here on hospice. So again, I had this like hearing of the birds. I had, my own thing. And I felt this like full circle, like loving moment surrounding me. I just really feel grateful again for where I'm at. I am excited to be able to honor myself and be like, okay, today we're out of breath. Today we're really tired. Today you need a little bit extra support, as in kind of a lot of it. And my kids have stepped up. At least Green had definitely stepped up today. And, she was helpful. She had to like put on my socks and shoes. It was something I couldn't do. We take for granted, that we just throw on our socks. We just throw on our shoes and we leave out the door. And then suddenly something in life happens and it's taken from you and you're like, wow, like Number one, it strips you of this independence, this I can do anything. And it forces you to rely on a community. It forces you to rely upon somebody else, or it forces you to get ultra creative and figure out how to do it yourself. And the majority of my life, I really did feel like I needed to do it myself. I can't ask for anybody for help. They don't want to help me. If they do help me, it is begrudgingly. And I've had to work through a lot of that even in this process. Chris is Chris. Like, he doesn't always want to help. The service isn't always with a smile, you know, like he gets tired. He is not accustomed to being a caregiver, you know, he is doing his best, but he's not like, hey, honey, yes, can I please drain your drains? I am so grateful and happy I get, no, it's not, he's not going to do that. And so I have to overcome my, well, let me just do it because I don't want to see him not being happy, that happy, or looking not upset, but like not happy. And so like, to understand that I'm not in a position that in order for me to get to where I need to get, in order for me to achieve the optimal health that I'm looking for, I need to depend on other people. So she was so sweet and kind and put on my socks and put on my shoes and got me a sweater and helped me out with the things that I needed to get there. And, you know, she drove with me, and which was also gave me some sense of peace, that, you know, like I'm not alone. And I didn't feel like that sense that I felt so many times in my life that I'm alone and I have to do things by myself. And, you know, I understand how challenging it is to caregive because I've been the caregiver, especially when your tank starts to get to empty. And, you know, like Chris is, when he's around the clock with me and doing everything, plus shopping, you know, I'm just laying here healing and hurting, and he's, you know, carrying the brunt of a lot of things. I can imagine it's a challenge. I can imagine, I know because I've been there. Are you a caregiver? Do you understand and relate to and sympathize and empathize, like, with how much there's this desire to want to help, and then there's this fatigue that sets in at some point. I remember with my auntie, this music made me think about her a lot because it's this, like, I don't know if it was like almost like a Japanese, but I just told my echo to play healing music. And it was so peaceful to listen to again, like I said today, and hadn't listened to it since 2019. And being in the same, like my auntie passed away in this very room, but just in a different section. And being in this place, it's been this really spiritual experience. It's been a healing from the inside out. It's been a living of every lesson that I've ever taught and learned on here, the beginning with day one. And even though today's day 8, it's still in some ways very much so day 1. I still have to choose and decide. I have to, you know, make peace with myself. I have to make decisions like, am I going to lay here? Am I going to maybe lay here and do glute work, you know, do whatever kind of workouts and movement I can? Am I going to force myself to walk around? Like, it's a lot of overcoming all those default settings, like I said here, like feeling like I need to do everything alone, feeling like I don't deserve or I'm not worthy of people's support, that nobody wants to help me, that nobody cares, that nobody loves me. I have to work through all those things when I'm in this ultra vulnerable spot, right? And when we're vulnerable, that's the time it's the easiest to go into our default setting. That's the time when we can justify, you know, these false beliefs that we have built upon ourselves. And now it's this beautiful and challenging experiment. And again, for me, like I say, I haven't really looked at myself physically. This is and always has been about healing from the inside out. That's the secret. That's the magic. That's the challenge that oftentimes is so much harder than doing 10 burpees. And don't get me wrong, I am not a burpee queen. And there are times in my life where I could not even do a single burpee, like now. And there's times in my life where I could rock like 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 or 50. I could lose count. But life is like that. It's up and down. It's not about like how we achieve when we're at our prime. It's what do we do in moments like this? It's what do we do? What do we decide when you're like this and your butt's against the wall? When you have to make the choice to lay in bed all day or get up and say, I'm okay with doing 100 steps, but I'm doing something. Here's my baseline. Here is my non-negotiable. I'm gonna drink my Hooven that I don't like twice today. I'm gonna take my vitamins that, you know, make me constipated twice a day. I'm going to hydrate so much so that I am peeing all freaking night. because I need to help heal my body. So it's about what are the choices you make in those more complex and difficult situations we find ourselves in. Because yeah, in an ideal world, life is great and we can do 50 burpees. Life is great and I could do my steps and put on my shoes and my socks independently and not have to beg and scream for help that I need desperate help putting on my shoes and socks because I A, can't even get into my socks, and B, I can't put on my shoes. And yes, it's a lesson like, okay, well, how can I be better prepared last time? I didn't think about this last night. Like, oh, maybe I should have my shoes here and open and tied and I could slide my feet in. Like, but we go through something and we learn. And if it's something even as so simple as putting on your shoes after a surgery when you cannot bend, it is something that we can either be sorry for ourselves and say, oh, man, I can't put on my shoes, and that's fine. Like, there's moments, you're totally, no judgment. Like, I've cried over some stupid stuff, and it's something like today could have completely put me to tears. But instead, I was like, okay, here's silver lining. I did have help. Somebody was here. And B, how can we problem solve this in the future? Okay, I'll ask for socks to be put out. I'll ask for the shoes to be untied. And then I'll slide them in, and maybe they will be tied and maybe they won't be. You know, maybe I can figure that out. Maybe I'll be stronger and better by then. But things happen and we adapt and we adjust and we bob and weave. There have been so many times in this thing, it's a freaky, crazy thing. I know some people have this natural ability and some people are absolutely disgusted by it. But I can use my feet for a lot of things. When I had 4 kids and oftentimes 2 kids in a hand and these things, I would use my feet to pick up a blankie, a toy, whatever it was. And I still use that talent. It's come in handy. One night, my cell phone fell behind this chair, and my cell phone is my lifeline. And I didn't want to wake up Chris. He was finally sleeping. It was like 3 in the morning, and I was like, let's try. If we can't do it, we'll wake him up. Because I need, if I fall in the bathroom, if something happens, like I need it for my flashlight, it's everything. So I try to go over this way, I can't. I try to go this way, I shimmy around. I get it, I get to it, I see it, you know, I put on my feet, thankfully it pops up, I'm able to pick it up, I'm able to get it over to a place where I can now use my phone. There's been multiple times I picked up my phone, multiple times I picked up other things, robes, blankets, things like that. So we adapt, we adjust, we don't just lay down and say, I can't, right? Like I said, you know, that's like a bad word for me, right? And so, you know, I was like, I can't do my dishes today. And then my son, you know, called me on, he's like, that's a bad word. And I was like, okay, I can. It's unsafe for me to do my dishes today. Like I am too weak to stand at the dishwasher. Now, maybe I've given him a new hint to be like, it's unsafe for me to do dishes since he's not a biggest dishes fan. But recognizing where I'm at and even altering the perspective is, no, technically I could, it's just not safe. So realizing what is good for you in each and every individual moment. Again, so grateful, like reliving the experiences I've been having lately that are the spiritual ones, above and beyond what we can see, way beyond the physical, right? Like this has been a physical journey. It's clear, right? My body's like, all right, we're working, we're in war here. Somebody just cut off 5 to 6 pounds of my freaking flesh, and it's disgusting. I freaking crashed out. I don't have a lot of iron and hematocrit, which is gonna take months, I guess, to like rebuild. But let's see. I'm gonna be that what is it called? That sum of one. I have months to get this, to be winded going to the bathroom business. So we're going to figure this out, body. We're working double time. We're going to overtime. We're calling in extra troops, whatever we got to do. That's a different story. Mentally, like overcoming the moments where I'm like regretting big time what I did and thinking like, I shouldn't have done this. My life was good. It just had some, like, every time I start thinking about it, I'm like, stop thinking about it. Like adjusted, sunset, butterflies, birds. Like I start thinking about ocean, the things I like. Me regretting that I did it. Listen, we can't go back in time. My time machine is broken. And if I could adjust time, I don't think this is the thing and place I'm going to. Like, no. I survived it. So it's going to be a challenge for a while, but eventually, like all things, we overcome. My kids have overcome their surgeries and it's not like something that consume them every single step of the day. So we can move forward. So anyways, mentally huge. Emotionally, this has been an emotional journey. Saying goodbye to 6 pounds of yourself has been a journey. It has been rebirth. It has been emotional, thinking about my kids and how different life could be right now if I didn't survive that. Man, right? How different their lives would be. And for what? So it's been a mental challenge to get past, or not mental, an emotional challenge to work through these feelings that come up, that I am loved, that I am deserved of support and community and help when people offer, and sometimes even when they don't offer. I need it, and I need to speak up. It's been huge. Spiritually, come on now. Yes, hello. Like, I heard my guardian angels around me. I saw what, death looks like. And after my experience, I've talked about how my uncle passed and how beautiful that moment was. And having my own thing where I know physically, because of course, like, I'm beyond, like, I don't want to miss out on things in life and my kids miss me and all those things like that. Like, death is scary. It's scary to me, right? So then I had that experience with my uncle, and it kind of took that fear away. And I was like, it's beautiful. It's actually this beautiful experience. And now having my own experience where there was no pain. Like, even though my body was concussed, falling over in positions that I couldn't, and moving abruptly, unable to breathe, struggling to breathe, I felt no pain. I just felt peace. I felt warmth. I felt love. I felt laughter. So I'm not afraid. Like, I'm not that I'm looking forward to it, that I want to do it again anytime soon, but I'm not afraid. I know it's a part of this life, and it's not always easy, and everything that's beautiful also comes with some pain, right? Everything that we transform outside, right? It doesn't take pain. Like, it takes pain, right? To say, like, no, I'm going to not indulge this craving. No, I'm not going to indulge what this person says and believe them. No, I'm not going to listen to myself and say I'm not worthy to get healthy. Everything that's beautiful takes pain. We have babies, they're painful. Listen, having kids is painful. Not even just the part about having the baby. You can adopt a kid. It's still painful because kids are kids and people are people. Life isn't always peaceful and pretty. Sometimes there's challenges, and right now I'm a challenge, and the challenge is I chose the challenge, right? Like, I didn't need to. I could have been just chilling out and living my life, and today I would have went to my dance class, and perhaps I would have been finishing up a second one right now. But I didn't choose those paths. I chose what I chose, and we're going to go down this path, and it's going to be a challenge. And the path where you find yourself, it's going to be a challenge. There's going to be challenges, but there's also going to be days of peace. And those peaceful days are so much beautiful, so much more treasured because you went through that hell to get to it. And it just shifts your perspective of what does matter. What things do you think about? And of course, it's me. I live for my kids. I've lived for my kids and their joy for my entire adult life, ever since I met them, and even maybe before. Look, I might have motivation to lose weight and get healthy for grandkids that don't even exist. They're eggs in their mama's wombs. And yet here I am, and they somehow motivate me, and they inspire me to be better and show up better and share my stories so that if I'm better, I'm able to help you to be better. And if you're better, this whole world is better. And when they are finally born and they're no longer an egg in their mama's womb, this is a beautiful place to be. It's a beautiful world. Sometimes we forget that. We get so caught up in the hustle and the bustle and this person did this to me and this one and this one and this one. Listen, we're all doing the best we can with the tools we have at this very moment. That doesn't mean that 10 minutes ago I effed up and messed up, this morning, didn't think about the shoes, whatever it is, and then we don't grow and change. I'm different now. I don't have a vacuum attached to my body. I don't have all this extra tape on there. I have learned something. I've achieved. I felt gratitude. Like, I am different than I was this morning. And you are different than you were this morning. And you were different than where you were a few months ago. But here's the beautiful thing is you get to choose. You get to choose, how are you today? It's not a forced requirement.